Namaste everyone, Kushi here. Welcome to Kush Yoga. Today we're going to do a practice known as Champi or Indian head massage. This is something that is a very commonplace activity in lives of many Indians, right? We do this once a week, either full body massage or definitely hair oil massage to help promote the health and sustenance of our physical body system. So not only yoga, pranayama, meditation, but also taking care of the skin, taking care of the bones, taking care of the hair follicles. All of these things very important in Ayurveda, right? The sister science of yoga. So we begin by picking the right oil for your dosha or your constitution. If you don't know what your dosha is, you can just go online and find out. It's very easy. You just take a very quick quiz and then you will find out if you're vata, more air element, pitta, more fire element, or kapha, more earth element, right? Every person is a combination of the elements, but there's generally something, at least for your physical body, that takes over in its majority. So my dosha is more vata pitta, so more fire, more air. And you can see by kind of the leanness, right, the boniness of the limbs, right, for vata, for pitta, more reddish skin, right, more reddish hair, and for kapha, right, tends to have a little bit more body fat and on the body there. So accordingly, you'll pick your oil. So for vatas, you will go ahead and pick a sesame oil. For pittas, coconut oil, and for kaphas, an olive oil or an almond oil, a very light oil. So today I've picked a coconut oil for myself because it's also quite warm outside. So I don't want to take something too heating, right? And that's going to aggravate my pitta even more, right? So go ahead and melt the oil in your hands if it's not already. You can see I've already applied a bunch of oil in my hair, but I like to always apply a little bit more if necessary, right? So generally in the West, when we think about oil, it's just not, something that we associate with cleanliness. But in Ayurveda, oil is a very important part of all treatments, right? So you can see how saturated my hair is with oil. So that means from the roots, not just the roots here, but all the way to the tips, right? Total saturation from the back to the front. And make sure you split your hair in the back, if you have hair, that is, right? And you get the oil really deep in the inner recesses of the scalp there. Good, right? So once you have fully saturated your scalp, right, we'll start with some of the techniques. So first thing we're going to do is stimulate the full scalp region, then we're going to move to the ears and then to the face and then the whole thing all together, right? And the important part about Champi is that the scalp has many marma points or pressure points that relate to the rest of the body. So oftentimes when I used to do this on clients, they would say, feels like I just got a full body massage inside and outside just from stimulating and massaging this part of the body. And your Champi is not a very soft, soothing massage. It's a very strong, very powerful massage that afterwards relieves and releases the sympathetic system or your stress response system. Okay? So now first technique is just to take your hands and use more the finger pads. I'm going to use the finger pads and just kind of at the temples, give a little pounding here, right? Might be a little sensitive, there might be little painful points, good, right? Just get them to the point where you feel a little bit of the stimulation there. So you move from the temples all the way to the top now, top ridge of the head, and then back to the sides. And then up and down the central ridge of your cranium. And then towards the back of the occiput. So following the lines of the skull. And then to the sides. And then just kind of move all over. Now I have my eyes open because I have to look at you, but best to close your eyes and just feel. right? And you'll definitely notice some parts are more sensitive than others, right? Those marma points perhaps have more blockages. Good. Okay. And then relax. Just pull the hair back slightly. Take a breath. Good. Next technique is to use the tips of the fingers and just pull up, right? So initially, as you get used to the technique, you might start a little bit slow, but like when my mom does this, it's like very rapid, very intense. So do a pace that's comfortable for you, where your arms don't get too tired, right? So again, starting from the temples to the center, pulling back to the occiput, to the sides. Make sure you get all parts of your scalp region. Good. And then you can just close your eyes and just let your hands move as they wish. Good. All right. And then pull the hair back, relax. Feel the stimulation. The next is a cupping motion, right? A cupping really is like a pounding across the head, right? And this one tends to be quite intense for people, but just trust me and go with it, right? You'll really use the outer rim of the hands. Good. Right. Again, up and down in all directions. Good. And then relax. Pull the hair back. Take a breath. Good. Next is to use the hands and to vigorously press and rub the scalp. So you're really using the whole palm of the hand now. Little pressure against the scalp. Right? Once you're done, you're going to kind of feel like you just came back from a heavy metal concert. No worries. Good. Good. And then pull the hair back. Good. Next, take one side of the head and just press. Other hand will pull up. And then do the opposite. Cross the temple. And then you might want to move towards the back, to the front on one side, and same on the other side. Really just vertical motions, not side to side. You can do it together. Good. And then pull the hair back. Next is the ears, right? So when you do this, you might want to keep pulling the hair, and you might find that some hair are coming out. And oftentimes when we start with Champi, we've never done this before, you might notice a lot of hair fall. Don't be alarmed. It's good, right? All the old dead hair are coming out so that new fresh hair can grow from the scalp. The more you do Champi, the less hair fall you have. Good. So now with the ears. So you're going to take your fingers to the inner lobe here and just massage, hold and press, breathe, and then press, breathe, press, press. Other side, same thing, press, press, press. Good, and you can do it together. Very sensitive. It's almost painful, right? That's because this part of the ears where all the marma points intersect, all the meridians of the body. So ears, very sensitive but very powerful points. Good. And then take the lobes of the ears and pull up and then pull down. Good. And then you're going to take your finger to the inner edge of the ear and just massaging the inner edge of the ear. And then move to the outer edge of the ear, outside where the ear meets the scalp and massaging there. Good. Moving to the very tip, bottom tip of the ear and pressing there. Good. And then just rotating your hands across the ears. Very nice. Good. Now for your face, you take your hands into hooks and just pull up. From the cheeks, rotate up and around. Good. Some people have stupidly called this face yoga. I mean, if you want to only consider it for aesthetic beauty, I guess it's okay, but this is really to just maintain, just like you do for your bigger limbs, right? Bigger organs, also for your face, you take care and massage and stimulate your sinuses. Good. And then up into the center of the eyebrows. Good. And the nasal septum. Good. And then the bottom ridge of your eye sockets. Right, so taking your fingers from the inside out. And then the upper rim of the eye sockets, again, from the inside out. And it's not a light touch. Press firmly. It's a massage, and Indian massages are very strong, remember. Good. And then flip your hands, and then just pull up from the throat. Good. And then all the fingers except the thumbs, pull the forehead apart. Good. All right. And then you just kind of put it all together, right? This is the part where you kind of go freestyle. Whatever you like to do, a little bit of this motion, a little bit of this motion. But we start again from the beginning if you like, right? With the finger pads, pressing here, and then changing and pulling. Good. Nice, and then cupping. Good. And then vertical motion. Nice. And then lastly, you just take your fingertips, just press and move through the whole scalp. Press and move. Good. And then you'll take your hair, pull it back, and this time you really want to squeeze and pull the hair. Light pull. Pull and keep moving. Good. Taking all the pieces, pull. All the pieces, pull. All the pieces, pull. Good. There you go. And then that is a little 10-minute, 15-minute tutorial for your Champi. If you do this once a week, very good. Very important. Keep the oil in your hair. Don't wash it right away, right? Tendency is, oh, it feels strange, just wash it out. No, keep it in, let it saturate, let it soak. And once you let it saturate and soak at least an hour, best is to do this right before bed, fall asleep. You can even take some oil, rub it against the bottom of the soles of the feet, fall asleep. You'll have a very nice, easy sleep, right? Sleep overnight or at least 1 hour before washing the oil out. All right, enjoy. Wish you all well. Wish you all peace. Namaste.